Emerging Technologies for Learning, a multimedia project by Camilla Wheeler, Christopher Chalk, Latha Chandrasekhar, and Hilary Primer, Memorial University of Newfoundland, March 2009. Beginning in 2004, NMC, the New Media Consortium, published its first report on the findings of the NMC Horizon Project, a research endeavor that seeks to identify and describe emerging technologies likely to have a large impact on teaching, learning, or creative expression within higher education. Since then, every year the Horizon Report identifies 6 of the most important technologies, with adoption horizons ranging from 1 to 5 years. This project explores in detail 4 of the technologies highlighted in the Horizon Report 2009 edition. Those technologies are mobiles, geo-everything, the personal web, and semantic-aware applications. Mobile devices first emerged as an educational trend to watch in the Horizon Report 2006 edition. On the 2 to 3 year horizon at that time were the phones in their pockets, the authors noting that cell phones are carried by virtually every college student. This fact was and continues to be a key factor in their educational potential. By that time, the newest versions were introducing features that are now the norm, such as text messaging, web browsing, and picture and video taking. The cell phone network infrastructure was the primary limiting factor. Although it was reported as early as 2000 that Canada's cell phone companies were in a race to push out 3G wireless, it wasn't until late in 2006 that Rogers Wireless was the first operator in Canada to launch mobile broadband service. In the Horizon Report 2007 edition, the New Media Consortium was predicting that the time is approaching when these little devices will be as much a part of education as a book bag, and, as of 2009, that time appears to have arrived. Since their introduction, mobile devices have evolved rapidly. In addition to the ability to make phone calls, they now provide much of the functionality of a laptop computer, but with the added convenience of utmost portability. Indeed, they have spawned their own education-related term, M-learning. If e-learning took learning away from the classroom, then M-learning is taking learning away from a fixed location. The original idea of M-learning was effectively as an extension of e-learning, accessing class materials and interacting with classmates and instructors while on the go. It was mobile devices as a platform for the delivery of learning, and what underlies many examples of their use for educational purposes, seen as a way to turn downtime, such as waiting for the bus or riding the streetcar, into teachable moments. At the University of Montreal, 125 undergraduate students in 5 courses are using Apple iPods and MP3 players to view course material loaded as podcasts. This can help reinforce key points at times when students might not otherwise be engaged in learning. Internet access on mobile phones has opened them up to endless possibilities for teaching and learning. Services such as Hippocrates for physicians and medical students can provide up-to-date reference material on a just-in-time basis, or web browsing generally can provide students with access to their online course materials and answers to problems. But in addition to being a tool to access content, a recent research study supports the potential of mobile technology to complement and add value to both e-learning and face-to-face learning. It can be a useful tool for a collaborative and constructivist, learner-centered approach. Take, for example, these more novel and engaging uses of mobile devices for education. Taking advantage of note-taking, audio recording, and photography functionality of mobile devices, students can use them for fieldwork data collection, particularly in the social and environmental sciences. The video functionality can allow for film and other students to create short digital video clips to express their learning in multimedia format. Cell phones can take the place of clicker technology, with students using them as a response mechanism in the classroom for conducting polls via SMS messaging or a web-based polling software. Visitors to a newcomer center in Athabasca University are taking English lessons downloaded to their cell phones, including answering true or false grammar questions using their phone's display panel and keypad. And the boon in third-party applications for mobile devices, particularly the Apple iPhone, can transform them into sophisticated calculators, GPS devices, and more. Upcoming technological enhancements that will continue to sustain the growth of mobile devices in education include improvements to the user interface and the ability of these devices to project an infrared virtual keyboard on a user's desk and a large screen image on the wall for a better visual display. But there are a number of challenges to overcome before M-learning goes mainstream, not the least of which is the attitude toward them in the educational context. Scholarly research on cell phones in classrooms is rare. However, one such study found that both students' and teachers' attitudes toward their use was generally negative, primarily because of their perception as a cheating tool. This is likely one of several reasons that the Toronto District School Board, among others, has banned cell phones. And as educators, we cannot ignore the growing debate about the potential health effects of radiation from cell phones. Notwithstanding these hurdles, the technology continues to evolve, particularly with the surge in third-party applications for mobile devices. There is almost limitless potential for integrating mobile technology into learning. We should be embracing this potential for learning, not rejecting it.